The sad irony of this title is that the game should have been out by now, but world events led to it being delayed out of respect. Even with that happening, Stalker 2 Heart of Chornobyl aims to release in 2024 and bring players back to the exclusion zone, but it's not the same zone that you know. After all, in the previous title, another bomb went off, completely changing the area's landscape once again. You'll go into the zone to get treasures to sell, find out truths about the place, and fight the monsters that live within. The game has a non-linear story, so you'll have many ways you can enjoy it.
Door! Open the door!
Nightingale is an open-world survival crafting game played solo or cooperatively with friends. The game encourages players to chart their own path to freedom as they explore the endless lands that lie before them. You are a realm walker, and after being removed from your home, you can seek out the legendary place known as the Nightingale to rejoin the remnants of humanity. However, there are many regions between you and this time, so you will need to craft weapons to defeat the creatures waiting for you. But you don't have to take on this challenge alone. You can play the game co-op and see how fair you are as a group. You are one of the survivors in a post-apocalyptic world devastated by a bacteriological war. The familiar landscape has changed as nature reclaims what once belonged to civilization. While the cities are dangerous, without proper protective equipment, the overgrown areas offer a touch of safety. Choose your base wisely and navigate through the remains of urban ruins in search of vital supplies as well as new weapons. Beware of the lurking dangers, from wild animals to relentless drones. Don't forget that you don't have to embark on this frightening journey alone, since the cooperative multiplayer mode is a constant option in the game.
For safety reasons, the Army has deployed autonomous civilian security robots. They are here to protect you.
Enshrouded is a crafting and survival game with an action RPG combat system set on a growing voxel-based continent. You will be able to freely choose your own path and shape your destiny as you travel through the mountains and deserts of its open world. When you start the game, all you have is your will to survive in the wilderness. You must make do with what you find in the ruins of the Lost Kingdom and resist the monsters who want to taste your flesh. You will pass through forests, caves, and dungeons while searching for hidden information and treasures. Gather the strength to leap into the haze and fight against deep-seated fears in their home. You can join your friends in 16-player cooperative gaming. Assign unique roles for yourself, choose complementary skills, prove your worth in battle as you raid together, collect loot, and overcome hordes of fallen ravaging the realm. Road to Vostok is a hardcore single-player survival game set in a post-apocalyptic border zone between Finland and Russia. Survive, loot, plan and prepare your way across the border zone and enter the Vostok. Vostok is a dangerous and mysterious zone. The moment you cross the border by using a crossing point and enter Vostok, you are inside the permadeath zone. If you die in Vostok, you will lose everything including your shelter items and save files. A hardcore survival sandbox experience with realistic weapon mechanics, advanced survival systems, and hostile NPCs. Featuring multiple medical conditions, tactical weapon handling, permadeath elements, and in-depth character simulation. Most people agree that, eventually, we'll have to leave Earth, but in Derelicts, part of humanity did leave Earth and then you crash-landed back upon it. So alongside your friends, you'll need to work together to build what's required to survive in this twisted version of the world. Since the planet is warped by radiation, this means there are plenty of mutated animals that will view you as prey. Build a shelter to house yourself and then find things to combat wildlife, among other things. As you improve your shelter, you'll get access to more things. So use whatever energy source to power your base and ensure your survival. Renown is a fast-paced multiplayer survival experience set in a vast and ever-changing medieval world. Players begin with nothing, gather resources, build a kingdom and fight to survive in the hopes of becoming renowned across the land. Renown takes the most enjoyable and popular aspects from contemporary open-world survival games, which include building, progression, and social politics. These are then combined with close quarters, skill-based combat to create an immersive and engaging multiplayer experience. Ark 2 is a sequel to Ark Survival Evolved, a 2017 action-adventure survival game. In the original game, you began naked on a stranded island filled with dinos. The sequel is more of a PvE adventure, with what Studio Wildcard calls Souls-like melee combat. The story of Ark 2 takes place on an alien planet, sometime after the events of Genesis Part 2, the fifth and final paid DLC expansion pack, released for Ark Survival Evolved. Ark 2 is a Microsoft exclusive, so you will need to play either on PC or Xbox Series X and S if you want to see a primitive version of Vin Diesel riding a dinosaur. Dune Awakening will put you as someone on the desert planet of Arrakis, but what you do with your place and station is up to you. You can go and try to learn more about the planet, explore the unknown regions and try to survive the sandstorms and the sandworms. Or, you can do as the movies and books note, and try to wield the spice to become a power player on the universal scale. The more you do, the more you'll grow, and the more abilities you'll gain. Under a Rock is a survival game set in a massive, random, and constantly regenerating open world for 1 or 10 players. Discover a mysterious, colorful world populated by exotic, gigantic wild animals and curious locals. Build your camp, uncover the island's secrets, and survive the nights in a hostile environment. You are an explorer in the early 19th century, and you are stranded in a strange world, in a hidden land that few people know about and where evolution proceeds a little differently. Full of dark caves, underground areas, and unique challenges, a huge open world awaits you. Usually, a war between two nations is more than enough of a setting to make a video game. But in Blight Survival, they take things to the next level. War is indeed the cause of things, but it's merely a catalyst for your mission. A blight has ravaged the no man's land between the two nations, causing the dead to rise. Both nations refuse to stop the war but know the Blight must be dealt with. So you and 3 co-op partners will head into the no man's land and attempt to deal with the threat. Choose your weapons, fight monsters, and loot what you can to make an extra coin.